The professional era was made for Jonah Lomu. He exploded onto the scene in the 1995 World Cup and, all of a sudden, World Rugby had its first global star. Born and raised on the mean streets of Auckland, Lomu found in rugby a positive way to channel his energies. He is still the youngest debutee for the All Blacks at the age of 19 in 1994. Between then and his last game in 2002, Lomu amassed 63 tests and 37 tries. His very presence was enough to guarantee a watching crowd wherever and whenever the All Blacks trained. And he may not have won the World Cup in 1995, but there was no doubt he benefited most from it. His reputation continued to rise with the conception of the Tri-Nations.
Marshall again, Mertens, there's the kick wide, McCullen, and Tune, and Lomu gets one.
Everywhere he went, people wanted a piece of Jonah Lomu. He was always grateful of the talent he'd been blessed with.
When you play rugby in New Zealand, you know, the ultimate is to make the All Blacks, and you know, I've been given an opportunity, and you know, I've been handed it to you know, to have a crack at it and do my best for my country.
Between 1996 and 1999, Lomu was an unstoppable force in world rugby. He took the appeal of the game to a new level. Lomu may not have been the most skillful player, but he knew his strengths and exploited them to the maximum.
Marshall, Lomu! The big bloke gets over.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the desire and the will to win, you know, that's what separates you from winning and losing.
The 1999 World Cup proved a disappointment once again for Lomu and his New Zealand teammates. His 8 tries in the tournament in vain as they went out at the semi-final stage against France. Health concerns had started to emerge and Lomu was used more sparingly, but the impact was still there. He was still the man the opposition feared the most.
I just do the talking out there in terms of, you know, by doing it, because anybody can talk about it. Doing it is a different story.
And Lomu certainly did his talking out on the pitch in what has gone down in legend as the finest ever match played between New Zealand and Australia. It was in Sydney in 2000 in front of over 100,000 people.
So the All Blacks with their tails up now. Umaga cleared from scrum half. They're into space here. Lomu, here they go again. Only Latham to beat. Gregan's across. He easily beat Latham. And another try coming up here for New Zealand. Alatini. Sensational. The All Blacks spun the ball wide. They promised to do it. And Lomu pulverised the Aussie defence out wide. The All Black forwards take it up towards the 10-metre line. They're looking to go wide again. They have numbers too, Umaga. Finally, someone puts a decent tackle on. That was Stephen Larkham, but there's an overlap here. Lomu again, away from Mortlock. He's still going. Jonah with Gregan to beat. Alatini's there, a great tackle by Gregan.
Lomu's contribution was immense as the All Blacks raced into a 21-point lead early on. But Australia fought back and had levelled the scores by half-time. Again, Lomu was the man for the Wallabies to worry about in the second half. But incredibly, they turned the game on its head in the final 10 minutes with a try from Jeremy Paul. The Australians in the crowd sensed another famous victory, but with Lomu in your team, the game is never over.
The All Blacks can still snatch it here with 3 minutes to go. Brown, Lomu, he's beaten one. Little came again. Now Australia in trouble here. Cullen. This is Flavel. Case Muse, the prop forward to the 22. Wallaby defence has regrouped. 2.5 minutes to go. Australia by 1 point. Alatini, Iramia. Sandwiched in midfield. Kelleher. Randall and Lomu. Can he do it? Larkham. Lomu has won the game surely for New Zealand. This has been a magnificent comeback by the All Blacks after all looked lost. And it's that man, Jonah Lomu, the human juggernaut.
Lomu had snatched victory from the jaws of defeat for New Zealand. However, Australia weren't world champions for nothing, and they overturned that result in Wellington to deny Lomu a Tri-Nations triumph. The following year saw Lomu's injury and health problems take over. He remained in the squads, but the emergence of the likes of Tana Umanga and Doug Howlett meant there were more options for the All Blacks. There were still glimpses of his brilliance, but the appearances in a black jersey became more fleeting.
Kelleher, first pass to Brown was a good one. Alatini, Wilson on the gap. Here's a try coming up. Lomu for the corner. Jonah's in. That's the try that wins the Test match. What a great moment this is. Anton Oliver hands the ball to Jonah Lomu. In his 50th Test match, the big fella leads the All Blacks out. Tony Brown across to Umanga, stabs it for Lomu. Rough and Lomu. Lomu gets up and he's got it. In his 50th Test match, Jonah opens the scoring.
What a way to start, Jonah. Well, you saw in the anthem, he's a patriot, and now he's played 50 Test matches, only 16 have done so. And talk about a try-scoring machine. The big matches, he nails them.
But his kidney problems intensified, and over the next 3 years, Lomu was seen less and less. In 2004, he was literally handed a lifeline by a close friend and had a kidney transplant.
This is where you find out, in terms of, your friends. They're definitely genuine friends to me. And, to me, I don't know how to repay that. How can you ever repay someone who is actually giving you the gift of life in terms of helping you out in that sense? But, when I talked to them about it, and I asked them, why would you want to do this? They said, I've got 2 good kidneys and you need one. And that was it.
Incredibly, in 2005, Lomu launched his comeback in a testimonial for England's Martin Johnson. In that game, he picked up a shoulder injury which ruled him out of plans for a comeback for North Harbour in the NPC. But Lomu has remained philosophical.
Pain is our friend at the time, because pain only lasts for a short while, but glory lasts for a lifetime.
Still only 30, Lomu is currently playing first-class rugby again at the Cardiff Blues in the Celtic League and still hasn't given up hope of an All Black recall. There are few players who took to the international rugby scene as effortlessly as Joe Rokocoko. The last decade has seen the All Blacks enjoy an embarrassment of riches in the back division, Lomu, Cullen and Howlett have all electrified the New Zealand crowds. And in Rokethoko, they have a talent who will surely go on to smash all international try-scoring records. His natural athleticism and raw pace have rarely been seen on a rugby pitch, and now at the age of 22, the Fijian-born winger has accumulated 30 tries in only 30 tests. If he keeps fit and injury-free, there's surely nothing he can't achieve in the sport.
He can step with his left and right, and he's got a lot of speed on him. Everywhere Joe went, all his mates would follow too, and I think they all stuck together. They were pretty close, a whole lot of them. He actually scored 6 tries for us one part there.
After impressing in the New Zealand Sevens team, he made his full international debut in 2003 against England in Wellington. He tasted defeat then, but had a much happier second cap against Wales.
Devine again. Spencer across the face of Carter to Umaga. Howlett. Nice pass off to Muliaina. Rokethoko should have too much speed, and he has.
His 2 tries against the Welsh impressed coach John Mitchell, and from then on he became a permanent fixture on the left wing. He had an insatiable appetite for scoring tries, and it soon became obvious there was something special about him. Rokethoko's first taste of Tri-Nations rugby enhanced his reputation as, all of a sudden, New Zealand, and in particular Rokethoko, started to score tries from everywhere.
Devine is getting so much ball now, and going forward ball. Spencer waiting for runners. Collins, Umanga, Rokethoko try. It's just too dominant, isn't it?
I was going to say just too easy, really. It looked so easy. It looked almost in slow motion.
Major. Spencer on the loop. Rokethoko. He's got the pace. He's a try-scoring machine. The Fijian-born Joe Rokethoko. That's his 8th Test try in only his 5th international. War is there with Kefu. They lost ground. Now Spencer. Umanga. Muliaina. Got away from Rogers, and another one for Rokethoko. They won't catch him. It's only Takiri, but it's no contest. They've won this match here in Sydney, and it's Carter, Muliaina, and a hat-trick for Rokethoko. That's rubbing it in.
This was his 2nd hat-trick in only his 5th Test. And then a try in Dunedin in the return against South Africa confirmed the 2003 Tri-Nations title for New Zealand.
I'm living the dream, but it's like Daughtry and Yellow Brick Road, she's dreaming, but I'm not tapping my toes yet to come back home, so yeah.
In the meantime, Rokethoko was also blazing a trail in Super 12 rugby for the Blues. He contributed 6 tries as they won the 2003 tournament. The following year, it was business as usual.
Time is on here at Carisbrook, and the English are going to change the direction of the kick-off immediately, and it's going to be claimed by Joe Rokethoko inside the 22, and what a burst! Rokethoko, away he goes! What a sensational start, a run of 50 metres. We're going to flag out on the far side, I think, now. It could open up here for the All Blacks. Rokethoko freeing up Umaga on the far side. He finds Muliaina. Now Marshall. Off it goes to McCaw. Wide to Rokethoko. Rokethoko! Try number 2. goes down to Spencer. Back with Evans. They work it to Rokocoko straight away. Oh, lovely burst. Joe Rokocoko. And Daniel Carter. Not quite there. Yes! Flat pass. Carter gets it up to Muliaina. Now Evans. And Rokocoko scores a brilliant try. Now Marshall gets it wide, tipped on well to Muliaina. Advantage will be over now for sure as Marshall drags it out. He's going to have a go himself. Inside the 22 for Spencer. Umaga fires it across to Mialamu. Chance here. Evans for the corner. Rokocoko gets a second. Now Spencer. The kick across for Rokocoko. Oh, brilliant! Hat-trick tonight for Joe Rokocoko.
Oh, it's always good, and I've had a few bad luck, all my injuries happening in Eden Park, but yeah, it's always good to come out in Eden Park and perform really well.
Next up, the historic test against the Pacific Islanders. Predictably, there were a couple of tries from Rokocoko.
You want to have a look or you're okay?
But also on the score sheet that night was Rokocoko's cousin, Sitiveni Sivivatu, playing for the Islanders.
Sivivatu's looming. If he gets the pass, he's gone. He has got it, and he is gone. Oaki's got himself a mile offside, surely. Play continues though. Now Carter. Here's the All Blacks with a chance. Wide pass to Rokocoko. Beautiful pass from Rico Gear. And Flying Joe does it again.
In the 2004 Tri-Nations campaign, Rokocoko's progress was checked for the first time. New coach Graham Henry had introduced a more conservative approach to the All Blacks game, and there were fewer opportunities for try scoring.
They need someone at halfback to clear it. Now it's Chris Jack who does it. Mertens slips the pass to Rokocoko, and Joe Rokofoko's in.
That was a classic try. That was a classic try.
That score against South Africa was as good as it got. Rokocoko was dropped by Henry for the Lions series after he had an indifferent Super 12 season in a struggling Blues side. He managed a disappointing 5 tries as the Blues finished a lowly 7th. But he was given a chance against Australia and he took it.
Rokocoko again. Oh, he beats that tackle of Mitchell. Joe Rokocoko. 3 metres to go. We do! And there's New Zealand's reply. Takiri again. Mortlock. Hospital pass, that one. And New Zealand have it. Trouble. Big trouble. Umaga and Rokocoko, the Rocket Man. He kept it in play. He needs the bounce. And you can shut the gate. There goes the Bledisloe Cup for 2005.
Still there for January. Now Pretorius. Partially charged. Chance for Rokocoko. It's given a bit of space. Might just have the pace. And Rokofoko's in. There it is for Wepu. McDonald having another go. Looks for support. Can't find it. All Blacks have still got it though. Rokocoko. Joe Rokocoko. Still going. And he gets there.
That's a great try.
Magnificent.
And this is where he picked it up from the back. So he slipped one, slipped both locks. That's 3, 4, 5 players.
And so by the end of 2005, Rokithoka was safely back in the All Black fold. And with so much time on his side, there is surely much more to come in the future. There have been few forwards in world rugby as skillful and durable as Zinzan Brooke. The big number 8 took that position to a new level, combining the hands of a centre and the power of a prop. Brooke played in 58 tests between 1987 and 1997, scoring 17 tries, many of which came from the base of a powerful New Zealand scrum and an unprecedented 3 drop goals.
McLeod, good pass to Cullen, into space. Kronfeld shatters him. Kronfeld, Cullen, Zinzan Brooke, that's beautiful rugby. Sublime.
I'm sure the All Blacks will continue endeavouring to push the Scots back over the goal line.
Brooks away, Zinzan's in. Marshall into Zinzan Brooke, and there's the 4th try. So there's the first bonus point in World Rugby Test history. And they've hooked it back between his legs, and Merton's got it, and there's a line-up out to the right, and Zinzan Brooke is running hard, and he's given it to Wilson.
Brooke helped New Zealand to the inaugural Tri-Nations trophy. Then he was inspirational in their first ever series win in South Africa.
Marshall once more. Great pressure from New Zealand. Buns finds Zinzan Brooke onto Cullen. Oh, yes. Marshall. Good continuity here. Little. Hendricks forced to turn and chase, but Wilson's coming up. And they both missed it in the end, but Wilson off the floor to Fitzpatrick. Chance here for Zinzan Brooke. He's going to do it. Could that be the try that is sending New Zealand to victory in the first Test match, the first of 3? Still scrum to New Zealand. Again, it was a tight call from the referee there. Could be an important one. Zinzan Brooke is in! He's scored again for New Zealand. He's scored for his coach, John Hart. But has he ever scored a more important one than that? No reason to hurry. Zinzan Brooke, Marshall. But typical of this New Zealand side, they're looking to finish with a flourish, and Frank Bunce is jinking his way through. Marshall again. It's back to Zinzan Brooke. Can he finish with a drop goal? Watch the referee, and watch Zinzan Brooke. New Zealand are going to make history here today now, surely.
Well, what can you say? We said New Zealand can do anything, total footballers. This is a moment that English players, nightmares for them. World Cup, Zinzan Brooke did it, but this one, it's a different situation. The pressure was on, and look at Zinzan Brooke.
John Hart said that you told him that you'd drop kick a goal. Did you really believe you would?
I think I told him that last week. I don't think I said it this week. Oh no, it's just one of those things you practice when you're a little kid. Yeah, practicing out the backyard, so yeah, it's just a big backyard with a lot of people in it. Yeah, it's a pretty special occasion. Yeah, things like this sort of won't hit home till maybe we've retired from rugby and sort of look back and see what sort of history we've created. Everything's sort of going a bit quick, everyone's pretty emotional in the changing room, so but we sort of realise what we've achieved, but for it to sink in, I think we have to have a nice little beer on the beach back home in summer.
The following year, time started to catch up with Zinzan. However, there was still time to make a big impact in his final game in New Zealand.
Come on, Sean, quicker, please.
All Black back angled very deeply. May not be needed if Zinzan has his way.
He's got it there, Zinzan. And he's got it. Marshall will get this one back. Randall. Marshall goes again, twisting. Referee playing an advantage. Hand goes in from the Wallabies. Another go at the line. Tried.
It's unlikely there will ever be another All Black number 8, quite like Zinzan Brooke. Very few players polarised popular opinion amongst the All Black faithful more than Carlos Spencer. On his day, with all his tricks out of the bag, Spencer in full flight was a masterclass in front foot rugby. Spencer played 35 tests for the All Blacks, scoring 291 points, which is 4th on the all-time list of New Zealand point scorers. He broke into the Auckland side in 1995, replacing Grant Fox in the number 10 shirt, and was part of the Blues title-winning teams of 96 and 97.
Carlos Spencer got a great bounce. Carlos Spencer. Super try.
His displays in the Super 12 saw Spencer fast-tracked into the All Blacks setup. He toured South Africa in 1996 as deputy to Andrew Mertens, but it wasn't until the following year that he was given his full chance to shine. Wellington's Athletic Park was the venue for Spencer's All Black debut against Argentina, and it proved to be a special day.
Now they go to the backs. Spencer holds it up. Umaga! Tana Umaga! And that's a popular try. Marshall to Spencer. Bunce. Bunce looking for the gap. Finds Tane Randall. And Justin Marshall. The gap's had to come. And it's a touchdown for Justin Marshall. Quickly taken. Here's Craig Dowd having a shot at the line. All Blacks committing about 5 of the forwards to the ruck. Now the rest of them are coming from various angles. Carlos Spencer. And another try on debut. And it's Carlos Spencer who gets it.
Well, it seemed so predictable from the moment he got the ball that he would score a try in that position. Try on debut, Carlos Spencer.
And again, the first thought, it would seem, is going to be a kick. Whereas the All Blacks always survey other options before they kick.
Well, why kick to players like these? giving them space to use.
Umaga out of the first one, finds Wilson. Stensner's got there, now Brook, Marshall, Cullen. Marshall first man there, beautiful pass to Spencer. Fitzpatrick, the captain's in, and under the bar to boot. Turned over, Marshall. Wilson chasing out. Wilson's got it. The fullback Hirano in support is Carlos Spencer. 2 tries today for Spencer. So this is the conversion that Carlos Spencer can set the new record on debut for the All Blacks. This will give him 29 points for the day. So that is the record for Carlos Spencer. What a debut it's been for him.
Spencer had arrived. The Goldfish Bowl of New Zealand adulation was something he'd have to become accustomed to.
I think I've gotten used to it. I suppose I found it hard at first, but you know, as you get older and obviously play a few more games and been around the scene quite a while, you sort of get used to it. And so I definitely haven't got a problem with it at the moment. So you know, I'm actually quite enjoying it. So it's good.
With an impressive debut under his belt, Spencer was first picked number 10 for the 1997 Tri-Nations campaign.
Marshall, Spencer, Stensness, bunts. Wilson's doubled right around. Wilson's now really proving to be a tremendous player, and it's going to be Carlos Spencer who gets the next touchdown.
And the Bledisloe Cup clash in Melbourne is still a career highlight for Spencer.
Would have been 97 in Melbourne actually, in front of about 90 or 100,000 people, and you know, beating them by about, well, I think it was about 30 points and taking the Bledisloe Cup. I think definitely that would be one of my memorable moments in a black jersey. There probably wouldn't be one that would better that, yeah.
Zinzan away from Marshall. Spencer, easy try for Christian Cullen. It had to happen, and Christian Cullen gets it.
Well, you say easy try, but it was the pass that did it. The pass from Carlos Spencer was missed 2, maybe missed 3 on to Christian Cullen, this wonderful rugby player.
However, 1998 saw Spencer's long-term rival for the number 10 shirt, Andrew Mertens, reclaim his test place. His superior kicking prowess and underrated running skills kept him in the hot seat for the best part of 4 years. Injury and indifferent form over the same period saw Spencer forced to bide his time, but he never gave up.
Oh, that's definitely the goal. You know, that's what you've got to strive for, and I'd love to be All Black number 1 again. But you know, obviously it's a lot of hard work, and I suppose a lot of that's got to do with the coaching and what they're after, I suppose, and who knows what they're after. So I've just got to do my best with the Blues, and that's all I can ask for really from myself. And if I can do that, then at the end of the day, I'm happy.
Carlos Spencer, he's got the foot down and he's in.
Spencer was back to his mercurial best during the 2003 Super 12 season, helping the Blues to a 3rd title. His performances didn't go unnoticed either, and his case for an All Black recall was helped by John Mitchell, deciding he wanted his All Blacks to rediscover their flair. Mitchell was to build his 2003 World Cup campaign around Spencer's talents. And his faith in Spencer was rewarded with virtuoso performances that led to a Tri-Nations Grand Slam for New Zealand. The All Blacks and Spencer went into the 2003 World Cup full of confidence, but the wheels fell off their campaign in the semi-final against Australia. As a result, the following year, Mertens and Dan Carter were both preferred in the New Zealand starting lineup. Undeterred, he provided magical moments in a Blues shirt.
Spencer. Goodness, he's not going to pass it, is he? He does. To Rokocoko. Joe Rokocoko. Up the middle. He's got Howlett with him. Oh, he didn't pass it, but he's found Collins in support. Spencer. Oh, this is amazing. Carlos Spencer twists the knife in the in-goal area. And that'll do it for the Blues.
Spencer's 14th and final try for New Zealand came against the world champions in Christchurch, and it was a typically all-action effort.
I wouldn't change anything. Looking back, there's nothing else I would rather do. My rugby career's been great for me. I've had so much fun. I've met so much good people, been to a lot of great places, and definitely I wouldn't change this job for the world, no, not at all.
Sometimes the term legend is overused when discussing players' achievements in the modern era. But one All Black who was undoubtedly a legend was Sean Fitzpatrick. He was a leader of men, a shining example to those around him, and above all, a dynamic rugby player. His record of achievements in a black jersey speak for themselves. The most capped New Zealand Test player of all time, 51 of which were as captain, which is also a record.
Goes a New Zealand throw, a try for the All Blacks. They took it off the South African throw-in, and Sean Fitzpatrick has the try. That will be interesting to see again on the replay. It came off the South African throw-in, and look at Fitzpatrick, he's getting a roasting from the crowd for some reason.
Fewer prouder All Blacks than Fitzpatrick. His father had worn the shirt in the 50s, and now Sean became not only the first captain to lift the Tri-Nations, but also the first to win a series in South Africa.
To meet an All Black was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but Dad for one was never ever pushy in terms of making sure I played rugby, but I think it was great as a child. I used to be Gareth Edwards in the backyard in Dad's Welsh jersey, and my brother was Dad in his All Black jersey, and that's just the way kids were in New Zealand, and it's still the same today. I go out of my way to sign autographs, because it's just been such a smile to the young kids in New Zealand.
It was entirely fitting that such a legend of the game should help usher in the new professional era and lift the original Tri-Nations trophy. No mean feat.
Well, I'm thrilled to win the Tri-Nations here and to get the first blood in South Africa. It's a historic tour for the All Blacks, and I must say it was an enjoyable experience, especially after the way we played in the first 20 minutes of the game. The South Africans shut us out.
And again, the first thought, it would seem, is going to be a kick, whereas the All Blacks always survey other options before they kick.
Well, why kick to players like these, giving them space to use?
Umaga out of the first one, finds Wilson. Stensner's got there, now Brook, Marshall, Cullen. Marshall first man there, beautiful pass to Spencer. Fitzpatrick, the captain's in, and under the bar to boot.
Oh, Sean will be pretty pleased with that. He has indeed. Lots of speed, Sean Fitzpatrick, looking so young. the wheels of a winger. Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to join with me in congratulating Sean on the All Blacks on a magnificent effort in retaining the Tri-Nations Trophy.
After another Tri-Nations triumph in 1997, Fitzpatrick started to reflect on his career. More and more injuries had started to affect him, but by then he had achieved everything in the game, and it was time to contemplate a step back.
You know, I can remember back to 91 when, or 90 when I wasn't playing very well, and 91 came along and Phil Kearns became the best hooker in the world. And I had to sit back and say, hey, what can I do to be better than Phil Kearns? And so I had to sort of take up a different training regime.
Fitzpatrick's final All Black appearance was against Wales in the autumn of 1997. The following year, he said his farewells to the New Zealand public in Auckland.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to stand and pay tribute to Sean Fitzpatrick?
To be an All Black is a very special thing, and something that I never took for granted. I loved it dearly. I played in a fantastic era of New Zealand rugby. I played with some of the greatest players, been involved in some of the greatest teams, and had some of the best coaches. To the public of New Zealand, I thank you for your support throughout my career, and especially in the last couple of months since my retirement. The well wishes that I've received have been just amazing, so I thank you for that.
He has since tried his arm at coaching at his beloved Blues with his old mentor Graham Henry, and is still hugely respected throughout the rugby world as one of the great hookers of all time. Although Dan Carter is perhaps too young to be considered an All Black legend yet, there's no doubt it's a matter of when rather than if. If one man epitomised 21st century world rugby, it is Carter. When Carter replaced Carlos Spencer as the incumbent of the black number 10 shirt, the New Zealand public knew he was good, but perhaps didn't realise just quite how good. At the age of just 23, Carter is already the third highest All Blacks point scorer with 354 points from only 24 tests, including 12 tries.
I've learned a lot from him, especially playing outside him these last couple of years, so I'll take that on board and look to progress from there.
He made his debut for the All Blacks in Hamilton against Wales in 2003. And his impact at the highest level was immediate.
Onside. Momentum this time for the All Blacks, led by Mia Lamu, who's got his hands on the ball.
Well, he keeps his feet, that's the big thing. So good at that.
That is really good go-forward ball. Here's Umaga charging into the gap. Howard looking to run off him. Pass wasn't delivered, though, so now Devine feeds it off to Spencer. Into the gap goes Carter! Daniel Carter, first try in Test rugby.
Mark Taylor be feeling pretty sick on that handoff. It was beautifully done by Dan Carter. Look at this, the right hand right in the stomach, in the chest, should I say. But they're going to go right.
Not such a flash pass. Carter, though, snaps it up well. Carter! And Carter sets it up, and Umaga scores it.
Carter finished the game with 20 points, a definite sign of things to come.
No, it's been a bit frustrating last week sitting on the bench, but got my opportunity this week and enjoyed every moment of it.
In the subsequent 2003 Tri-Nations campaign, Carter was mainly used as a substitute.
And that goal run away too. 33 plays 11. The All Blacks in total command here. Carter! They give him again, and it's another try! Australia's being humiliated here in the Bledisloe Cup.
By 2004, new All Black coach Graham Henry opted for youth over experience, and Carter was gradually integrated into the famous number 10 jersey. But first, he had to fill his boots at centre against England in Auckland.
Well, I think you're right, Nisbo. The All Blacks, straight up the middle, that might be the policy. Just consolidate things. Don't try and go too wide.
Kick goes down to Spencer. Back with Evans. They work it to Rokataoko straight away. Oh, lovely burst. Joe Rokataoko. And Daniel Carter. Not quite there. Yes, no. Didn't get it down.
Yeah, forget about downward pressure. It's about control, as you mentioned, Drakey.
Matt Goddard is the man who has to make the decision. Now he still has control enough to bring it up again.
Okay. Thank you.
Here's Carter's conversion and in off.
A year later, Carter finally saw off the challenge of Andrew Mertens to take the Crusaders' fly half berth and shone in their all-conquering Super 12 campaign, scoring 171 points in 13 games.
Carter. Oh, good try, Dan Carter.
It was the third time lucky for Carter in the final as the Crusaders won their 5th title against the Waratahs. He contributed 12 points as they ran out 35-25 winners. But the real test for Carter was still ahead. New Zealand warmed up for their crucial series against the British and Irish Lions with an emphatic victory over Fiji in Albany. But it was his performances against the Lions which have truly elevated Carter into the realms of greatness.
Now the Lions line out working a lot better. Lost by the Lions. Here's a chance with Carter running hard. Carter still going. Carter with his pace. Gets support. And the skipper, after all that's happened to him this week, is in to score the first try. Number 9. Edging them back a metre or two. Now cleared away for Carter. Off to Umaga. Back to Carter. Good defence by the Lions. Now they get it wide to Sivivatu. He's in! Second for the All Blacks. Carter gets it quickly, at least Kelleher does. Now chance So'oialo. Passes away beautifully for Dan Carter. Carter kick and chase, and Carter scores! What a brilliant try for Dan Carter. It's been controlled by Lucy, and here's Carter having to skirt back after it. And he got away from one, and he got away from more than one. That is incredible.
Shoulder on 7.
Marshall away for Carter. Carter gets past a few more tonight. Marshall again for Tony Woodcock.
Let it go, Rock!
Looking blindside, Lauaki. Good powerful surge by Lauaki. He's the replacement for Collins. Woodcock again. Goes with McCaw. is Carter. Down he goes in a heap. Not sure whether it's late. Lucy's kick. Nicely taken by Leon McDonald. All Blacks looking to counter. Savivatu. Kick made by Gear. All Black chasers coming fast. Beautifully done by Jason Robinson. There's going to be a penalty here, I think. Yes, playing an advantage. Here's a chance. They must score here, the All Blacks. Carter. He'll do it again. Marshall. McCaw. So'oialo. Now he got the pass off to Umaga. Yeah, here's the kick and chase.
Oh no, where is it?
Is that Carter again?
He was eventually only stopped by a shoulder injury, which ruled him out of the third test. The damage he'd done to the Lions had already secured the series. Carter was named man of the series, but his injuries led to a fragmented Tri-Nations campaign, although his very presence when he did play contributed to another New Zealand success. Carter was now the undoubted star of World Rugby and was named World Player of the Year for 2005. Andrew Mehrtens is the highest point scorer in All Blacks history. His career spans nearly 10 years, in an era when New Zealand have dominated Southern Hemisphere rugby, if not quite world rugby. Mehrtens had the unenviable task of replacing Grant Fox in the black number 10 shirt, and in many respects surpassed Fox's considerable achievements. To dismiss him as just a kicker would do him a tremendous disservice, as the Cantabrian had the full range of skills. Perhaps not as flamboyant as a Spencer or a Carter, Mehrtens was nevertheless enormously popular with the New Zealand faithful. But kicking was perhaps what he did best, and in 70 tests he scored 7 tries, 169 conversions, 188 penalties and 10 drop goals. Despite actually being born in South Africa, Mehrtens was New Zealand through and through. Both his father and grandfather represented Canterbury, but Andrew surpassed their achievements with ease.
Andrew Mehrtens is kicking to try and set a world record in this game as the fastest man to 200 points in Test rugby. This is his best bet yet. And I tell you what, as Winston McCartney might say, listen, it's a goal.
Mehrtens may have only managed 1 try every 10 games for the All Blacks, but when they came, they were usually memorable.
There's some tremendous moments, and you know, but the whole 80 minutes is generally a buzz. It's just like I say, some of those things really stand out, and often it has been in games against Australia where there have been some huge highlights. I mean, that start in 2000 in Sydney for us, where everything went right for us and we scored a few tries early on. That was pretty exhilarating as well.
Strangely, most of Mehrtens' points for the All Blacks came in the years when they were least successful, mainly through no fault of his own. Then, with John Mitchell's arrival on the All Black scene, came Mehrtens' exile, when he was controversially dropped from the squad for the 2003 World Cup.
Well, here's a change of tactics. Marshall reads it brilliantly. Up it goes to McDonald's. So the Crusaders back in possession. Might be drop kick time here. Mertens has gone back. Yes, it is drop kick time. And he unleashes and makes it.
Looking back, 2002 could well be considered his finest year. He won his third Super 12 title and then contributed to New Zealand wrestling back the Tri-Nations title from Australia.
Now Marshall sends it off to Scott Robertson. He's got support too from McCall, who's got back to his feet. Robertson goes again. Marshall gets it off to Mertens, inside to Mark Robinson.
Offside again.
Marshall to Mertens. Cullen is in. Here's a chance and Dan Harris gets the All Blacks' first try of the Tri-Nations.
He kicks this, he's a genius.
Tell you what, Smithy.
He's a genius.
Mertens will try the drop kick, and if it works, which it does, they don't need the penalty. So Andrew Mertens drops the goal.
But after his disappointments in 2003, he only featured sporadically for both the All Blacks and the Crusaders in 2004. This kick against South Africa in Johannesburg would prove to be the final points he managed in a black jersey. With Dan Carter waiting in the wings, Graham Henry backed youth over experience. But the Andrew Mertens story doesn't end there. 2005 gave Mertens the chance to leave New Zealand rugby on a high, and he managed it with being part of the Crusaders' 5th Super 12 triumph. He announced soon after he would continue his career with Harlequins in England, but his records remain intact. The Sanzar era has seen its fair share of flying backs, thrilling rugby crowds throughout the Southern Hemisphere. Between 1996 and 2002, Christian Cullen blazed a trail through defences the world over. There was no finer finisher in rugby. His 46 tries in only 58 tests is an all-black record, which still stands today and puts him on a par with other rugby greats such as Rory Underwood and David Campese.
I guess it's every New Zealand kid's dream to become an All Black, and when you finally do get there, it's something that you've dreamed of, and it is a special moment to your first test to put the black jersey on.
That all-black debut came in 1996 when as a raw 20-year-old he scored 3 tries against Samoa. A week later, in Dunedin against Scotland, he went one better.
Here they go again in the backs. Scott McLeod, Cullen up and through.
He's very light on his feet. Kenny Logan missing the tackle. Kevin McKenzie coming in there, who really should have stopped Christian Cullen.
Townsend. He got past Cronfell because Cronfell slipped on the cricket pitch area. It's quite shifty on the surface there. And look at this from Scotland. 34 to 19. Townsend. Well, that's the famous Townsend pass, but it didn't come off this time. That's the one that led to the try by Gavin Hastings, and it's going to work the other way now. A try for Christian Cullen. Have a look at your old videotapes and you'll see Townsend slip a pass to Gavin Hastings in 95 in Paris, and it was a try, but this time it didn't work.
Fitzpatrick making sure of the call. Full line out.
McLeod to Bunce. Bunce is through. Cullen gets 3. 2 tests, 6 tries. "25 metres out. On the floor for Marshall. Straight to McLeod. To Cullen. To Wilson. And the local hero wants to get on the act. He gives it to Cullen, and Cullen continues to rewrite the scorebooks. That's 4 tries to Cullen, another wink. He continues to delight his increasing army of fans.
A performance which impressed the then All Black coach, John Hart.
Well, he scored a couple of sensational tries today. He got hit and tackles hard, he spun out of them. So he shows strength, speed and vision. And, you know, to have scored 7 tries now and 2 international, you know, it says something for the calibre of the individual.
It was a pretty good start, you know. I got 3 tries in the first and 4 in the second. And, you know, the third test I was brought down to earth pretty quickly. I had a bit of a shocker game in Eden Park against Scotland, but yeah, it was just one of those starts, I guess. I got put over a few tries that were pretty easy. I just fall over the line, and yeah, so it was a pretty good start.
Now dubbed the Pai Kakariki Express after the part of Wellington he grew up in, Cullen made an instant impression in his first taste of the Tri-Nations.
Walter Little goes down. This is 15 metres out. Marshall. Change of direction. Michael Jones. Lobo in midfield. 3 out to his right. Zinzan Brook. Cullen. Christian Cullen. His head swathed in bandages. A dramatic score.
Marshall once more. Great pressure from New Zealand. Bunce finds Zinzan Brook onto Cullen. Oh, yes.
And from then on, Cullen just couldn't stop scoring tries. Was a lifestyle he loved.
Travelling all over the world, you know, having lifelong friends and just enjoying life, I guess. And you know, especially with the All Blacks and the Hurricanes, you know, the happy sides, and you know, I guess when you win games and that sort of thing, and you have a good time, it's all worth it.
Arguably, Cullen's most prolific time in an all-black jersey was 2000, when despite losing out to Australia for the Tri-Nations, Cullen broke the competition record with 7 tries in the 4 matches. this was as good as it got for Cullen. The following years saw serious injuries reduce his firepower on the pitch. His appearances in an all-black shirt became more sporadic. He was eventually dropped from the scene altogether by John Mitchell. However, his fans in Wellington still saw glimpses of magic from Cullen, particularly in 2003 when he scored 8 tries.
Harmy digs it out for Holwell. Slings it on to Nonu. Here he goes again. He's got support on the inside. And here's his 50th Super 12 try for Christian Cullen. Quickly cleared away for Benisi. And the try scored by Cullen. That is the bonus point try. Here he goes. Away to Ward. Ward and Walker. Now Cullen. Cullen for the corner. And Cullen.
It was in the same year that he decided to try his luck overseas in Ireland for Munster. So the 2003 NPC final for Wellington against Auckland was his last game in New Zealand.
Not out. Still there though. Now Cullen. Cullen! Christian Cullen!
Offside.
Despite losing the match, Cullen typically contributed 2 tries and was to be much missed by all his fans in Wellington and beyond.
I've been brought up in New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I love this team. I love the All Blacks. So yeah, I'm proud of what I've done here, and yeah, I'm pretty sad to leave, but yeah, never mind.
In the professional era, the modern-day flanker is expected to have a complete repertoire of skills. Richie McCaw certainly has that. The Canterbury Open side burst onto the scene in 2000 and was soon attracting the attention of the then All Black coach Wayne Smith. Now, one of the first names on Graham Henry's team sheet, McCaw has taken forward play to a new level. Was born on New Year's Eve 1980 and made his All Black debut in Dublin against Ireland in November 2001. Since then, he's amassed 36 test caps and scored 6 tries. It was McCaw's barnstorming performances in the 2002 Super 12 season, a season in which the Crusaders won every game, which saw him named New Zealand Newcomer of the Year. A year later, he went one better and was named Player of the Year. His first try for New Zealand was in Sydney against Australia, and despite losing the game, the All Blacks went on to regain the Tri-Nations.
Wallabies going for the 3-man line out. Harrison.
And McCaw scores! It was a throw over the back that missed the man, and New Zealand in front for the first time.
And a year later, his reputation was enhanced with a typically all-action season for the Crusaders.
He's short, but they're only a metre out. McCaw on the try.
Right, here comes the counter-attack from Carter. Back inside from Hurst. They're all lining up again. McDonald, Vernon, Barker with his pace. Support is there from McCaw and Richie McCaw. They've scored another one from near their own 22-metre line.
Now McCaw. Getting close now.
Ball still there, 19 phases.
McCaw, can they drive him over? They can!
The Tri-Nations campaign which followed cemented McCaw's place in the All Black back row, and by now he was considered the finest flanker in world rugby. He was to be a crucial part of John Mitchell's World Cup squad for later that year. His physical approach to the game led to an injury-affected 2004, but he still made an impact, albeit fleetingly.
Now Dawson, he makes the kick again. It's charged. McCaw dives in. And the All Blacks are going to get this back. So Marshall across to Robinson. Straight out to centre field. Nice. Spencer. Now the speedster Doug Howard. Howard on the inside. Finding Garner Spencer. And there's the opening try.
Prior to the 2004 All Black Tour of Europe, McCaw was named vice-captain by coach Graham Henry, with most observers regarding him as the captain-in-waiting once Tana Umanga hangs up his boots. McCaw typically played down any such speculation.
Oh, I just don't think about it, to be quite honest. You know, at the moment, yeah, it's something in the future. It's out of my hands. It's got nothing to do with the way I think. So all I'm keen to do at the moment is first of all play well on the field, and then can contribute to help Tana and help anyone else that maybe my knowledge or experience can help out, and that's all I've got to focus on. If you start worrying about what you could be or what you might do, you lose track of the current. So that's the way I look at it.
2005 gave McCaw the chance to further enhance his reputation. First up were the Lions.
McCaw.
Oh, try.
McCaw's in.
Well, if any man deserved to score a try in this test match, it's that workhorse McCaw.
Next up were the Australians in the Tri-Nations.
Richie McCaw, quick tap, goes for the try. He's there. Hang on. Backbreaker.
Away for Major. Australians close the gap very quickly. Here's McCaw. Richie McCaw gets the opening try.
His performances helped the All Blacks to regain their Tri-Nations crown and retain the Bledisloe Cup. At only 25, there's going to be a lot more to come from Richie McCaw. If anybody represents the face of New Zealand rugby consistently in the Sanzar era, it's Justin Marshall. He's the All Blacks' most capped scrum half and has been a prolific try scorer for both Canterbury and New Zealand. Although he's always had his critics, Marshall has seen off all challenges to the number 9 shirt. With his distinctive blonde locks and belligerent manner, it's always been hard to ignore Marshall. His 81 Test caps rank him second on the all-time New Zealand list behind Sean Fitzpatrick, and his 24 tries make him the most prolific scoring number 9 in an All Black jersey too.
Marshall gets away from Wainwright, drives for the line, and it again cost Scotland dearly. The try for Justin Marshall.
From the moment he made his debut back in 1995, Marshall became known as an opportunistic poacher with an eye for tries.
Running the ball in the miserable conditions. Bunce, 40 metres out from New Zealand line. And they're stacked up left to right. Mertens. Again, the flat kick through. Lomu in tune. Well claimed by Lomu. Marshall, no one ahead. He has to have a go. That's amazing.
Marshall to Spencer. Bunce. Bunce looking for the gap. Finds Tane Randall. And Justin Marshall. The gaps had to come. And it's a touchdown for Justin Marshall. They're running themselves to a standstill. Marshall. Kronfeld. Josh Kronfeld. Just taken. Olo Brown. Marshall. Justin Marshall. Cullen starts a run on the right-hand side. Marshall. Marshall will make it himself. Justin Marshall gets the third try for the All Blacks.
That's a better Australian scrum. Good, strong, safe ball.
Oh, Joe Ross made a miss. Try coming out, score. Justin Marshall. It's a gift, but the All Blacks will take it. Oliver. Maxwell does well to tip that to Loft.
Eight green, get it out. 21, don't take it down, 21.
All Blacks have it up off the ground. You can see it trapped in the back. Now it's there for Marshall. Justin Marshall. He'll go all the way. So, Tier to Marshall. Marshall himself. Lomu wasn't needed, and Justin Marshall scores.
Mertens goes high. Oh, some great work there by the All Blacks. His grip. Marshall. He's there. New Zealand have got it. Justin Marshall hit it at pace. Some very flimsy Wallaby defence, and the All Blacks back in the lead.
They're in front of the last feet.
Marshall's taken it quickly. Muliaina still stepping. Marshall blindside, must go in surely. And Justin Marshall, with all his strength, forces his way across. Another try for Justin Marshall, his 24th in Test rugby.
By 2005, Marshall's All Black shirt was coming under increasing pressure from Byron Kelleher, so Marshall accepted a contract to play in England for Leeds, which meant the Super 12 final against the Waratahs would be his final game in the red of the Crusaders. The Crusaders won the game, and Marshall was given a special send-off from his teammates.
Oh, what a great way to send off those guys, Marshy and Maxi and Huey. It's just awesome.
But there was one more box that Marshall wanted to tick in his professional career.
Like, I've been around for sort of 10 or 11 years, 12 years actually, playing professional rugby, and haven't bumped into the Lions yet. So the fact that it is that rare and that they don't come to New Zealand and tour very often, or any country, I think, you know, it's a unique opportunity to play a different side and to play the best of what the British have got to offer. So there's that, there's that incentive, and it's all good, I suppose.
And he got his wish in the first test against the Lions in Canterbury. The match itself is largely remembered for Brian O'Driscoll's injury, an incident which demonstrated the sporting side to Marshall's nature.
The All Blacks here with a set move. Marshall gets it back. Holler has it. Holler's 5 metres short, right in the middle of the park. Short pass to Umaga, and he's got his second. Off a Justin Marshall pass.
New Zealand won the series 3-0 and Marshall had made a significant contribution, a fitting end to an All Black career.
On behalf of the All Blacks, and I'm sure all of New Zealand, would like to wish Justin Marshall, a great warrior of the All Blacks, a great warrior of our team. We'll miss him as he goes on to his next stage in life. Well, let's have a big cheer for Justin Marshall, please.
Thank you. Good night.
Not since the days of Sean Fitzpatrick has there been such a charismatic All Black captain as Tana Umaga. He commands the utmost respect from both teammates and opponents. And on the pitch, he is a real warrior, a winner, and above all, an incredibly fierce competitor. Now, with 74 caps, Umaga has every chance of overtaking Sean Fitzpatrick as the most capped All Black of all time, assuming he remains injury-free. Umaga burst onto the All Black scene in 1997 against Fiji in Albany. Now, the 24-year-old winger hit the ground running.
Marshall across to Umaga, and the new boy gets the try. Well, a big moment for Tana Umaga.
Tana Umaga, congratulations, try and debut. How does it feel?
Oh, awesome, really. And it just hasn't really soaked in, you know. But no, it's been great.
Now they go to the backs. Spencer holds it up. Umaga! Tana Umaga! And that's a popular try. Marshall back to Spencer. In pass to Bunce. Finds Marshall again. Olo Brown, the prop forward, makes a big effort to get there. Now Marshall. Spencer to Umaga. Tana Umaga, and he's off again. Marshall. Spencer, short pass. Beautiful work. Umaga, and he makes it. His fourth test try, and a beautifully worked move by the All Black backline.
Wait up, crouch, hold, hand off the floor.
Zinzan, Marshall, Cullen, Umaga. Umaga is there. Tipped again by Thorne. The line out throwing so far from Hammett has been spot on. Now Marshall. Here they come again, and Umaga must go in. Quality play by the All Black backs.
By the time he faced Australia in 2000, Umaga had contributed 19 tries in his first 20 tests. It was form like this which saw the likes of Jonah Lomu increasingly settling for a place on the bench.
Getting over the advantage line was critical on this occasion, but the Springboks have messed it up. Now a chance for counter-attack. Watch out for Cullen. This is Umaga for a start. He's got right through the tackles, and the All Blacks have punished the Springboks for that indiscretion.
Umanga was soon moved to centre, where he developed a formidable reputation as one of rugby's hardest tacklers. However, he was commended by the IRB for his quick thinking, helping Colin Jarvis after the Welsh number 8 was knocked out following a crunching hit from Jerry Collins.
But they're going to go right.
Not such a flash pass. Carter, though, snaps it up well. Carter! And Carter sets it up, and Umanga scores it.
Out wide is Muliaina and Dougie Howlett as well. New Zealand counter. Muliaina and Umanga. Lovely step, another one, and a bonus point.
Despite the Tri-Nations victory, 2003 ended disappointingly for Umanga when his injury severely dented the All Blacks World Cup hopes. But he was back to his awesome best, however.
First game, we wanted the win, we got it. Now we move on to the next phase of our competition.
And now, as captain of the All Blacks, Umanga proudly led his team against the British and Irish Lions.
Pretty lacklustre first half from them as Marshall turning it back inside. And now the break, the clean break, Umanga goes right to Sivivak too. Line out working a lot better. Lost by the Lions. Here's a chance with Carter running hard. Carter still going. Carter with his pace gets support, and the skipper, after all that's happened to him this week, is in to score the first try.
With the series secure, Umanga was typically keen for the All Blacks to keep up the intensity in the third test.
Now it's with Kelleher. Away from McAllister. Got his pass off and Umanga will score. Oh, beautiful work by the young fellow. Luke McAllister, the half break, and the skipper scores. But the All Blacks here with a set move. Marshall gets it back. Holler has it. Holler's 5 metres short, right in the middle of the park. Short pass to Umanga, and he's got his second. Off a Justin Marshall pass.
We're very happy to have won the series and you know, keep them scoreless. And it was just it's been a tough week. It's been a tough week. A lot has to be said about the Lions. They battered us, and you know, as you saw, we had a lot of changes there today. And there's a lot of weary bodies out there. I don't know if you could say that was the greatest rugby after the previous 2 weeks. And we believe we dropped our standards, but you know, we came away with the win, and that's what our major goal was, so we're very happy.
Umanga had had a difficult series with accusations of foul play in his role in Brian O'Driscoll's injury refusing to go away. But, rightly or wrongly, he wouldn't be drawn on the subject and focused his energies on regaining the 2005 Tri-Nations trophy.
All Blacks again hard on attack. Good charge by Luaki. Now it's Wepu, McDonald, Major, Muliaina. Howard does it again.
By the end of 2005, Umanga had gone from being a good All Black captain to a great one.